what's that throw called?
That one's called a goshi.
You mean Ogeshi? You guys look like a couple bonobo chimps.
What?
Ogeshi.
What? If somebody pulls that ridiculous move on me, I'll land my inside axe kick on their face. I call it the Widowmaker. If I, like, kick a guy married.
All right. Maybe you want to come up here and show us some of your technique.
Yeah, you wish. Yeah, too bad I had to register my hands in instep as lethal weapons. Friggin' government made me do that.
What are you... Kid, seriously, are you for real?
Hi, welcome to Venture Bros. Your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Graham Cantaloupe Mason.
Hello!
Yeah.
Cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe.
I kept thinking can. I'm like, wait, what's at the back of can? I know there's more to can than just can. Can's not a fruit. Cantaloupe.
Canned peaches.
Yep. And this one's going to be really on point. Nick Watermelon Friedemann.
I love the lemon.
Do you get it, though? Walter Melon?
Walter Melon. You know what's really funny is I meant to say I love the yellow kind, but all that came out was I love the lemon. So it's in there now.
Yeah, it's in audible stone.
It is
now.
Yep.
Permanent. Editing is not a thing.
Nope.
Anyhow, let's talk about what I can only describe as my favorite episode of Venture Brothers. Like, I'm so excited for today's episode of Venture Brothers. It's the buddy system from season 3. Oh my god, this is one of those episodes that back when this was airing and I was still, pirating, I don't anymore, so at least there's that. But when I was still, being a bad human, I downloaded this episode and I think I watched it 3 times in a row.
Sounds about right.
I want to say 3. Yeah. Just immediately I'm like, oh, no, that's my favorite episode.
It has a lot of really amazing stuff in this episode.
And the thing is, and we'll get into it after we do a breakdown, but the thing is, I would say it's my favorite episode of the series with the slight tick in it that has nothing to do with like the overall arcing plot of Venture Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it has a little bit to it. Has a
very
little bit. Yeah,
they scratch it a little bit, like bringing in Dr. Z, and just kind of like they have some stuff that's kind of there, but it's mostly
Dermot.
And
Dermot's like exiting line at the end of the episode.
Exactly. Yeah, they have some threads that tie in there, which is why I think it still is my favorite of all time. Because if it was completely standalone, I don't think I'd like it as much. But by being its own thing and just having a tinge of connection, I think it's just perfect. But we should do a quick summary of the episode. I went last week. Who wants to go this week?
I'll do it.
All right.
Keep in mind, whoever doesn't do it has to do the Christmas episode on Christmas. So I think Graham's going to do that one.
You want to switch, Graham?
Sure, I'll do this one.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
So, episode is Dr. Venture runs a summer day camp for young boy adventurers and brings out all of his friends, assistants, extra people, the triad. Brok, Billy Quizboy, obviously. Action Johnny comes back wonderfully in rare form.
Wonderfully.
And special guest, Dr. Z. And, of course, this goes as well as anything that Dr. Venture sets out to do. Someone dies. One of the kids dies and gets cloned, which is good. Thank God Dr. Venture fixes all of his potential cancer things. So,
And as is
chaos ensues, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day camp, as anyone could expect from the Ventures.
That's a very good breakdown of what happens in this episode. I love that we had to bring up the fact that fucking Rusty Venture kills a kid.
I mean, it's a day camp for boy adventurers. If somebody doesn't die, then it's not really a day camp for boy adventurers. You know?
Let's start this off right. Did either of you pause on the very quick, tiny flash of lettering in the very beginning for the commercial for said day camp?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Should I have?
Yeah, you should have, because I'm not going to say the whole thing. I will say my favorite line in it, which is, any and all children residing on the premises are considered trespassers. So, technically, they didn't break any laws.
There you go.
I was like, I have to read this. And then I was like, this is the scummiest thing I've ever read in my life. It's great.
Especially after charging them like $200
Yeah.
to get there. $25 for a photo.
And no
bunch
lunch.
of other shit.
No food.
Yeah. Well,
Incredible.
they can buy a $8 bag of bugles or whatever it was.
Oh my god. Like, so we were kind of just chatting a little bit before we started recording this episode. I mean, obviously, we record more than one at a time, so we talked a whole bunch right before that. But Nick and I kind of, I think all three of us agree, this is a great episode. I'm not sure if everyone agrees with me that's their favorite ever, but this is a great one.
Oh, it's a great one.
Yeah.
It is a great one.
And Nick said it, I think, best when we were talking before. Everyone in the episode is, like, peak the version of their character in this episode.
Yes.
Like, it's the best. It's my favorite episode for Brok. I don't want to say hands down, but if it's not my number one for Brok, it's up there. Like, it'd be in the top 3. Far and away my favorite for, which it really shouldn't be, but I fucking love the Order of the Triad in this episode. Like, it is my favorite depiction of them.
Yeah.
Just, this is their rock bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't going to say it's like their greatest moment, but they're definitely at peak form. They're definitely working as a triad. They're definitely trying to do the best that they can at safety. And, and doing it, you know?
And
it is pinnacle Billy Quizboy for sure.
Oh my god. Quizboy getting into a fight with a child is so good.
Oh my god. Taking that poor kid to task.
Wrong. You're going to be a quiz boy.
No, you're going to be a quiz boy.
We need this in the answer in the form of a question. What is wrong? You're going to be a quiz boy.
Oh my god. We get to see pseudo clean Action Johnny, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And even the pirate is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Look at me. I look like Johnny Depp.
You wouldn't believe how many pirate costumes I have.
But for me, I think the star of this show, as much as I love everyone in it, it has to be Rusty. Like, this is Rusty's episode. And it's just, I don't want to say peak Rusty, but it kind of is. Like, this is him just not giving a fuck.
No. And
like
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, he takes advantage of the children. He kills a child. Like, he lies to the kids. He won't tell the kids that he has sons. He's horrible to his sons. Like, it just, like, Rusty, what are you doing, you scumbag?
But also holding the whole thing together somehow.
Yes.
Right?
With
like
unpaid volunteers.
A boy dies, but he's able to, within the time, clone him, fix his genes to remove cancer, and return them, what he calls a slug in past episodes. And look at that. Like, as we've talked about before, it's like, this is the only thing that he's really actually been successful at, is something that's truly terrible, which is cloning children.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's really good at it.
He's very good at cloning children.
And so, again, he's at peak Dr. V of doing his thing.
Yeah.
Pulling up living off of his old name. Because he's nothing now. And doing the only thing that works for him now, which is, cloning and fixing genes.
I'm also going to throw this out there. I'm going to add one more thing that he does well.
Oh, okay.
He does give every single kid in this camp a quality boy adventurer experience.
Yeah.
It's an accurate experience from what we understand about Rusty's childhood and everything else. People died. There's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be around kids. They all get the experience of, like, you know, going into the dome. You know, like, it's like pretty accurate to what his childhood is like.
The Eden.
The Eden. Sorry. The Eden.
He gets arched.
Yes.
Right in the middle of it.
Yes.
The kids get to fight Sergeant Hatred, although they shouldn't, because he's got a court order.
Yeah.
Yeah. These beautiful little children.
Oh, my God.
I got a court order.
Oh, it's amazing. He gives them the experience.
Yeah.
I also
can't get that anywhere else.
Just talking, very true. Just talking Sergeant Hatred in this episode for just 2 seconds. I love that Brok is still so ready to fight the Monarch. The Monarch with his henchmen that are ready to die for him, that are ready to go take on the compound. Hatred is not up on this game at all.
No.
Like, I love, he shows up and they're like, they start burning some bushes and Brok starts murdering everyone because that's what Brok's going to do. And he's like, whoa. Like, I'm just pulling a Moses on some shrubs. Like,
oh my God.
Well, he's going full nerf, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, this is rock bottom arching. And Brok is just murdering people.
Oh my God.
He only murders one guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
And whatever. Sergeant Hatred gets to meet his dream guy.
That's
Dr. Z.
Yeah, everyone had a great day. I love the photo montage at the end of like people having fun.
I was just gonna mention that.
Yeah, it's so. My God.
I think this is the second time they've done a photo montage in the series, and I love both of them.
Yes.
They're always funny. I mean, they're just like, and it's just little things like Jefferson Twilight in his Rusty shirt giving like a cheesy thumbs up. I'm like, I love this stuff.
It's great.
But we gotta talk a little Dr. Z.
Yes.
Because this is the first time you actually see him, right? Like, we've seen his shadow in the Council of 13, but...
Whoa, what? No way. That's him?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
No idea.
I'm trying to
feel
think
like we've
if you
seen...
see him in the background of something before, but I don't think so.
This is the first time we really
of
give him like a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you see
for
him
sure.
in like flashbacks of Action Johnny and stuff like that, but not for real.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean... And this is such a great way to actually, like, spend time with him, too. Just showing up and, like, I thought you said he was cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he's like, is he
he's
clean?
Straight. He's just whacked out on Xanax.
Yeah. Can I shoot at him?
Can I fire lasers at him? Can I drop scorpions at him?
I love that he's a retired antagonist who just loves his job.
Yeah.
Like,
he's still got it, too.
He really does. I mean, joking aside, like, when he launches into his speech and the music swells, and I can only assume that everyone around him hears the music we're hearing.
Yes.
Like, it's just perfect. Like, it's just that perfect fucking Johnny Quest level of, like, oh, man. Like, they
Action Johnny.
Well, I'm talking, like, it felt like Johnny Quest. Like, it felt like we're going back to that show.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that perfect level of cheese.
Yeah. No, he's truly great. And it fits so well. I mean, it's obvious that these guys studied, loved, watched, and remember these shows so well and recreate them as they do. And it's incredible. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
What haven't we hit in this thing? We haven't really talked the boys. We haven't talked Dermot at all. You got to talk about Dermot.
We have to.
We haven't really talked about the Order Triad other than how awesome they are. We didn't really say what they've been doing. They're doing their, they do the safety demonstration,
which is incredible. The
I love
radon thing is amazing.
The radon thing is amazing. The fact that the alchemist is sitting with a guitar that he never gets to play is amazing.
I never never got to my song.
And the fact that, like, they're so bad that kids at a summer camp walk away. Like, kids at a summer camp do what you tell them to do for the most part. Like, I know Nick has more experience working at summer camp than I do. But usually they listen.
Yes. This is true. You sit them down in a group anywhere, and the kids will just kind of sit there for a pretty long time.
Like, that show would have to be so awful.
Yes.
Like, so awful.
I would have
bad.
stayed. I'll tell you what. I would have stayed.
I mean, I'm a huge Order of the Triad fan. I would have stayed in line to get to the show. Like, I would have been great. And then they could just do their normal safety thing, and I'd have good facts about Radon.
Exactly.
Silent but deadly.
Amazing.
But the boys in this episode, beyond having to hide from the fact that they are Rusky's children, they get to meet their first teenager. Not counting
Is it?
Triana for
We
some
are teenagers.
reason.
We don't look like that.
It is kind of a. This for me is one of those points in this episode where, don't get me wrong, it's still my favorite episode, but it does make me question just like, how sheltered are these boys where they've never seen a teenager, or at least Dean hasn't.
Very sheltered.
Very.
He
Yeah.
explains it.
Because like they've been to
I think it's
Mexico, they've been to theme parks, they've been everywhere.
Yeah.
But
With
the episodes... Yeah, wait, hold on. But the episodes where you mention they go to Mexico and theme parks, those are the previous versions of the boys that these boys don't have memories of.
Oh fuck,
Oh,
you're
that's
right.
true.
That's also true.
Yep. So I don't think that they've ever interacted with anybody other than adults from season 2 on. Other than Triana, obviously.
Yeah, but for some reason they don't
And
think
her
of Triana.
friends.
Yeah, Triana as a teenager. So I just don't think they've ever seen
yeah.
like a kid, a boy their age that isn't scrawny.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Now I've talked to many a Venture Brother fan, and I've obviously 2 of them on this show, but I know a lot of people who are rather cold on Dermot. Like they don't like Dermot. I've always been a fan of Dermot. I think he's pretty funny. What do you guys think?
I think he's hilarious, and I also... he has, I think, my favorite character introduction as far as like when he's really introduced, when Brock's showing them all Taekwondo.
Oh my God.
And he's just like, yeah, you know, drop an axe kick on your face. And Brock's just like, what's going on here? Like, he's just like, I can't beat up this kid, but God, every instinct in my body is telling me to murder this kid. And it's just like the complete antithesis to everything Brok is. And it's perfect. It's great. I think that intro is like because I was with Brok. I was like, this kid is insufferable.
Oh yeah, and it's one of the like as soon as you start saying that stuff, like I don't know if you guys had this experience, but like I know kids like that.
Yes.
Or I knew them when I was younger, but like the whole like my hands have been registered weapons, and you just go, what?
What? No, they don't do that.
Yeah, like what?
Yes.
Like I can distinctly remember riding a bus with my friend Brad, not my really like my close friend Brad now, my friend Brad from elementary school, as we drove by a brick wall that had a bunch of holes in it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I did that. I was trying to punch a cat." And I remember even in like 4th grade going, "What? You punched through a brick wall trying to murder a cat?"
Yep.
Yep.
And then you silently
Psychopaths
decided.
do that.
Exactly. And then you silently decided, you were like, this isn't worth the argument, and you just let it go.
Yep. At 4th grade, just like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yep.
But that's Dermot all over. Dermot is just
Yeah.
that guy who will just say whatever the fuck's in his head to try to seem cool.
Yes.
Yep.
And like that's why he gets his
100%.
ass kicked by Dean,
Yes.
Yep.
who's just sobbing and crying and screaming, "You are very
Snotting.
rude."
No one talks to her.
Oh my god. So I guess if we're gonna talk Dermot, we got to talk Brok. Like you kind of mentioned his
Yes.
reaction, but Brok in this episode is already kind of at like, I don't give a fuck about today, and then he meets Dermot.
Yes. And he enlists anybody he can. I love he's trying to teach Dean how to punch, not working out very well at all.
Nope.
He approaches the Moppets who have tried to infiltrate the camp, which he recognizes immediately who they are. And
Because of course.
of course. And he's just like, after about 10 seconds of talking to the Muppets, he's like, I'm starting to think this is a really stupid plan.
Oh my god, I love it when he screams into their camera on their hat, and the Monarch's like, ah, he can see us.
Yeah. Oh my
He can
god.
see you.
Holy
But
shit!
he can hear.
We didn't even mention this is the introduction of Dr. and Mrs. the Monarch's epic costume.
Yes,
Yeah.
which we had talked about very briefly last episode.
Yeah, a little bit last episode, but not this episode where it actually happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking like. We'll get back to Brok in a second. I love Dr. and Mrs. the Monarch's costume. Like, she is. That is the perfect person to stand next to the Monarch. Just this crazy, inexplicable costume that does not make any sense and is just way too revealing. It's like, yeah, no, that seems like the Monarch's wife for sure.
For sure.
I mean, not to be too negative, but you're totally gonna trip on those wings.
And what does he call her boobs?
Muffins.
Muffins.
Is
Are
it?
your
Cupcakes,
muffin-
cupcakes.
Cupcakes are gonna pop out of there. Whatever, they're taped.
Yeah. It's great. Oh my god.
Like, oh, like they don't really have a lot in this episode, and they do have my
No.
favorite moment, or my favorite laugh hard moment, with the Moppets. But the actual Monarch and Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, they play a really small part in it, but it's still great. Like, it's still funny.
Right. And
Yeah,
she
it still
knows
works.
that he's doing some, what is it, pre-arching?
Yeah.
Is that what he calls it? Yeah. And she's just like, all right, fine. Like, if this is it, then this is okay.
Yeah, if this scratches the itch for just a little bit, we'll be okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he's trying. Like last episode, he was trying. He was flipping through the Facebook,
Yeah.
trying to find a new one.
Where
And actually, where you actually see Dr. Dugong.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dugan shows up for all of 2 seconds in the book, but
Yeah.
and then 15 seconds in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Well, and then later on,
Yep.
as a big shifting plot point.
Yeah, way later after you've definitely forgotten about him.
Yep. And you're like,
Pretty much.
oh, now that makes much more sense.
Yes.
Now I
Planned
get
on
it.
that, but
Um,
now it does.
Let's jump back to Brok, because we only kind of touched on him. The thing with Brok in this episode, that like beyond just how funny he is when he's getting basically just ripped apart by a teenager, he actually kind of has a little bit of not growth, but like I don't know how to describe it. Like, he actually has a legit moment of like, wait, I have to restrain myself. I never have to restrain myself.
Exactly.
And like, he has to go get advice, and like, he actually has some real growth that he decides to not do in this episode, and it's amazing.
Yeah. He's finally found a foil for him where he can't solve it with his intelligence, his espionage, or his violence.
Yeah, and that's all the tools he has.
Yeah.
Patience is not something Brok is known for, and that's all. That's the
No.
only thing he can use is patience, and he does not have patience.
No.
I love
it's
his
amazing.
discussion with Dr. Orpheus.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my! Just the whatever. I'm not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that last moment. I know what you're saying. So I get another kid to beat him up.
Yeah.
No. I don't care what you're saying. I stopped listening.
Oh, it's so good. I'm also obsessed with the moment where Dean starts beating up Dermot, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, and they start trying to break it up. He's like, "No, they're kids. They're kids."
They're kids. Let them work it out. Patience.
I don't think he's ever been more proud of Dean than in that moment.
Oh yeah, never before and never again. Like, that is his shining moment for Dean.
He is the proud papa at that moment.
Oh, for sure. Oh my god.
And Dean
he
still
takes
is
out-
punching terribly. He's still just
Oh,
very
terribly.
like he's hitting with like the bottom part of his hand like right above the wrist and just kind of slapping. Like, you're gonna break a wrist, Dean.
Yes. 100%.
But he lands a few,
He does.
Gives him a black eye,
Yeah.
so it's good. Also represented in the photo montage.
Yes.
Does it bother?
Brock sitting next to him.
True. Does it bother anyone the father thing at the end? Does that feel, especially like if you know where it goes throughout the season, but even without it, does that seem? My only thing with it, I always kind of felt like it seemed unnecessary. Like, I was already kind of guessing the father thing, and then they really lay it out for you at the end.
It
No.
doesn't. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's just another. It's a thing that's lobbed in there, and you're like, whoa, just like a shocker thing, And I like it because I didn't see it before, but it does feel weird. You're like, wait, why is Dermot even there?
Yeah.
But then when they flip that switch in the end, it really kind of puts a nail on it, which I think helps.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because they don't reference it for a while.
No.
After that,
It kind of
So
like
if they
disappears for a bit and then comes back later.
yeah, like if they hadn't hit it as hard, then you wouldn't remember.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, for sure.
And I also think that, like, the thing that I'm realizing about this show, like, as we've kind of, like, started to go through it and I'm trying to, like, analyze it more, is that the show takes chances, and part of taking chances is, like, throwing threads out there, and if they don't land, then we'll figure it out later. Maybe they come back to it, maybe they don't. And this is one of those threads that they, like, definitely threw out there, and then they were like, all right, well, let's see if we can make this pay off or not.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could say the same thing with, like, Orb later. Like, they kind of throw that one out.
Exactly.
Like, this could be huge, and then, like, maybe we don't want to do it. And they kind of they don't sweep it under the rug by any means, but they just kind of like, we'll do something with this maybe. And it could be the same sort of thing with Dermot. It's like, yeah, maybe he's Brock's son. You know, that could be a fun thing, and then he ends up not being Brock's son.
Yes.
Or he could be anybody's son, like Action Johnny, or like Dr. Z, or something weird.
Yeah, I mean,
he introduced a bunch of characters that was there,
and all she said was him, and he said, "Are you sure he's my real father?" I think the show was kind of hinting that it would be Brock's, especially because Brock was the one who had such a reaction to him.
For sure.
But you're right; it really could have been any of the guys there because he really met. You could assume throughout the time there that he met all of them.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, you could even make an argument for Quiz Boy. They have the similar big forehead.
Yes.
Kind of reaching, but yeah, it'd work. I don't know
he
why
hasn't
everybody
had
was.
sex yet.
Yeah.
He's still a virgin.
Oh yeah, never mind.
He hasn't tasted the fruit of love, or whatever weird.
The lady
phrases.
flower, or something like that.
Yes.
You're like, was that a direct metaphor?
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot about that. That was just so uncomfortable.
They're so life in general is so mean to Billy Quizboy. He watches a kid get disemboweled in this episode.
And he loses his hand.
Again.
Yeah. Again.
Oh my god, just him crawling around trying to be a kitten. So good.
Oh, so good.
Meow. Meow.
And
Why
he
do you
gets shot in
think
the
this
ass
is
by
work?
Dermot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my god, just his line of like can they smell fear? Or can they smell urine? That's like liquid fear.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oi. Is there anything we haven't really hit on this? We didn't really talk Triana, but I don't think there's really anything to say about her.
No, there isn't much to say. They don't give her anything to do in this episode, really.
No, they don't really ever give her much. And when they do, they kind of change their mind on it. So it's...
That's true. We didn't talk about the one thing in this episode that I find very... I love it, but I also find it very strange is... And I can attribute it to just kind of like super science-y things, which is like the gorilla crucifixion thing.
Oh, yeah, the Lord of the Flies...
Yes.
Cross thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which I assume means that like the gorillas are a little bit more intelligent and have developed some sort of society, which I love that they hint at, and they're just kind of like, that's it. But yeah. The E-Dead is probably one of the darkest things they've put in the show, and I think it's one of the funniest things in this show.
Oh, for sure. Like it's dark in just the way of like, what the hell is going on in there? And then they kill a kid. Not just kill a kid, they disembowel a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, and it hits on something that like is one of my favorite running things as well, which is that like Rusty is sneakily pretty good in a crisis, and has just seen some shit. And then when he's talking to Billy, he has the line after he's like, "I saw a kid get disemboweled," and he's like, "Being a boy adventurer isn't what you thought, is it, boy?" And you're just like, Jesus Christ, like God,
scarily dark.
Yes.
Like,
and then he's like, "Now give me that shoe."
Is that his shoe or is that the boy's shoe?
It's the boy's shoe.
That's how he clones him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring out.
He definitely wasn't going back into the E-Den.
No,
Yeah.
God,
I
no.
was just wondering where he got the parts. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it's a very dark moment in an otherwise pretty light episode. It's like that in just Action Johnny as like a concept. It's just the two of them are well.
Brock even
Raise
put
your
it in
father.
his notes.
Raise your hand who has a father.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Why is an Action Johnny's hand up?
What is his speed? Like, I understand what everybody else is supposed to be doing. We have Safety, we have Billy Quiz Boy, we have just General Boy Adventurer, and then we have Johnny just doing some sort of weird one-man show about how awful his life is on stage.
I think he was supposed to be like a special also guest. Like, like
Okay.
Like if you go to like a hip hop show, they always bring on like another rapper at some point.
Right.
I think he was supposed to be
that
like
makes
that.
sense. That makes sense.
I say that like I've been to all of the hip hop shows. I actually have been to
Just
quite a
you
few
saying
hip hop
okay, never
shows.
mind.
Just
Yes,
that.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, just you saying the hip hop shows tells me you're not ready, Brian.
You're not wrong.
You know, the hip hop concerts.
With the music and the noises,
And the gramophones.
perfect.
On the ones and twos.
Yes.
Gramophones.
I've been
One
a
and two
dad for 6
gramophones.
months and I'm already the biggest fucking dork.
It's just gonna go downhill from
I
here.
know. All right, I think we've said pretty much everything we can say about this. Let's move into our favorite gut-busting, laughing, hardest, blah 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 moments. I'm going first because mine, it fucking kills me. It is so damn funny, and it is when Brock has to try to convince the Moppets to help beat up Dermot, and they just don't get the fact that just hurt him a little. I don't remember exactly what the first one was, but with a knife, with a bigger knife, with a fucking knife, they just get more.
We could remove his tongue with a knife. We can teach him a lesson with a knife. We can give him a knife and then teach him a lesson with a bigger knife.
with a fucking knife.
Knife.
Just the thing out of all of it that gets me the most is just the very last one. I think it was Kevin going with a fucking knife, like he's just so excited. Just stab a child.
And that's when
Yeah,
Brock's just like, I think this. Yeah.
I think this is a bad idea.
Restraint.
Yeah.
And that, and he learns a lesson. So there we go.
Don't hang out with the Moppets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just don't.
God.
I think my favorite moment was with the pirate. Just teaching the kids that they don't have to be a super scientist or a super villain. They can just be, something else. They can be a ghost pirate, or they can own a farm, a creepy farm or something, and they get to dress up and be cool. Look at me, I look like Johnny Depp.
Oh, the pirate's great.
I love the pirate.
Does he
Nick,
have
what
an
about
actual
you?
name? I think he's just always the pirate, right?
I was trying to think of that when I was trying to reference him. I was like, yeah, but he is just the pirate. But
He's
I can't.
always the pirate.
He does become so much more, but I can't remember
Yes.
his name.
I don't think he has one. I think he's always the pirate. All right, well, I'll go. My favorite is, we've brought up the photo montage before, and my favorite photo is Billy Quizboy missing a hand, just like passed out on some sort of like hospital gurney, and Hank is smiling at the camera, putting his hand in a bowl of warm water after Billy watched a child get disemboweled, lost a hand, and gets beat up. He's gonna make Billy Quizboy piss his pants. It's so mean. It's so mean. And I feel like the alchemist was the one taking the picture for sure.
Oh, 100%.
That's it.
And just so we know, the name of the pirate captain is the Pirate Captain.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. Because I remember
Nailed
Junior calling him something other than pirate, and it was Captain.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
Amazing.
Jonas had a name for him. I was like, what the okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. We ready to move into plugs?
You know it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. So
100%.
yeah, I can tell Graham has something big to plug this week. We'll save you for last. The best for last.
Yes.
So excited. All right. So
I'm ready.
For me, ATHpod.com to listen to any and all of these episodes that you've heard here, or any of my other show, After the Hype, or any of the other shows that we work with, Samwise, or A Dog's Tale, which I'm not sure if there's any episodes of that one out yet, but they are coming out soon. And that's it for me. Nick, anything to plug?
Same old, same old. It's Assassin's Creed, baby.
What?
Assassin's Creed having a baby?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, baby.
That's a new,
Now I'm trying to imagine,
that's a new one.
are you a baby doing the assassins, or are you assassinating babies?
No, you're a baby doing the assassins. You've ever seen Baby's Day Off?
I have seen Baby's Day Out.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I thought it was going to be Assassin's Creed had a baby, and so now he's doing all this crazy stuff, but like with a Bjorn.
Oh, that's so much of a better idea.
That's a way better idea.
The baby has powers too. The baby's got a little bow and arrow.
Oh my god,
yeah, of course.
The baby does that, the Assassin's Creed leap out of the Bjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the game I want to play.
Me too.
All right. Well, there's 3 of us. Let's get on it.
That's all it takes to make a video game. 3 people, right, Nick?
Yeah. He's got audio covered.
As far as I can tell.
Graham, I've pumped it up. Ready for that plug?
Yeah.
What is it?
So we're coming out with Assassin's Creed, baby. That's it. That was the announcement. We're doing it. So we are accepting funds. So please send us your money, and we will do this thing as hard as we can. So it's very exciting. We should have a release date of 2055.
Sounds about right.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. And make sure that all funds are sent in original French francs.
Yes, please.
Yeah. If it's not it's not an outdated currency, I don't want it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yes. Or Dogecoin. We'll take Dogecoin.
I'll take that as well. Yeah. Yeah. Or much gold. If you have much gold, I'll take much gold. It's a How I Met Your Mother reference for you. I'm gonna say bye right now.
Okay.
Bye.
Say bye as well.
Bye. 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 Bye.